Hey there! So I wanted to film a very quick and fun yoga practice that you can actually follow along with in real time. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in, and we're going to start standing right at the top of our mat. Let the arms fall down by your side, close the eyes for just a moment, and let's just together take a few deep breaths. Slowing down each inhale and exhale. And go ahead and take a big breath in, sweep the arms all the way up. We're going to interlace the fingers, point your finger to the sky, and take a big stretch over to the right. Come back up to center, and then take a big stretch over to the left. Come back up to center, release the hands, bring them all the way behind the back, interlace those fingers, and then lift the heart up towards the sky. Keeping those hands behind the back, go ahead and fold forward here. If you have the space in the shoulders, go ahead and lift those hands up towards the sky. And you can always put a little bend in the knees here if you need. Take a deep breath in and out. Release the hands, bring them all the way down to the mat. Take a big breath in, lengthen the spine, feel the shoulders squeeze onto the back, and then fold in. Relax the head here, so if your head's kind of lifting up, go ahead and relax those muscles, maybe shake it from one side to the other. See what feels good for you. So we're going to come into a twist variation here. So we're going to keep our left hand planted down, putting a little bend in that left knee. Of course, using a block if you need to. And then sweep that right arm up towards the sky, rotating the heart for a forward fold twist. Take a deep breath here, maybe reaching just a little bit taller towards the sky. And then fold back in, switching sides. So this time that right hand comes all the way down. Put a bend in that right knee, and then reach the left arm up. Take a deep breath. And then come all the way back down, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back to plank pose. We're going to lower through chaturanga, so you can drop those knees if you need to, but lower down halfway. And then come into your back bend, either cobra or upward facing dog. And then let's just take a couple breaths here. When you're ready, we'll meet in downward dog. So press those hips back, pedaling the heels here, walking your dog if you would like. This can feel really good, just bending one knee at a time and really pressing the opposite heel down towards the mat. We'll meet in an even downward dog now, and then we're going to sweep that right leg back behind, bend the knee, open the hip. Step the right foot forward between the hands, and we're going to come up into crescent lunge. So make sure that that front knee is stacked right on top of the ankle. Keep that back heel lifted super high, and then rise up. Very good. Imagine you're squeezing the legs together here. That's going to fire up those muscles of the legs. Also getting a little bit of a deeper stretch there in that left hip flexor. Ooh, I am feeling that today. Connect the palms, bring the hands down to the heart, and then we're going to twist to the right. So if you're able to, bring the elbow down to the knee, and then rotate the rib cage around. Now, if it's hard for you to get that elbow all the way there, just twist the deepest that you can. We're just trying to get any sort of twist in the body here. That's the goal. Take one more breath. Come back to center. And then we're going to spin the back heel down, warrior two. Deep bend in that front knee. Again, that front knee is gently pressing back. We want that knee pointed straight over those front toes. Arms come to a T, and then gaze over those front fingertips. Take a couple breaths here. See if you can relax a little bit more in your warrior two. And I realize this isn't a very relaxing pose, but that's the practice here. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, giant reach back, and then we'll vinyasa. Bring the hands all the way down, frame the front foot, step back to plank, lower chaturanga, upward dog or cobra pose, press back, downward dog. Starting to build some heat in our bodies, starting to move and breathe a little bit deeper. I love it. When you're ready, sweep that left leg back behind. Bend the knee, open the hip. Step the foot forward between the hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Again, find your lunge pose first, and then when you're ready, rise up. So we're not in a rush here. We're trying to find that proper alignment, sinking maybe a little deeper into our lunge. Connect the palms. Hands come down to the heart. Lunge, twist. Rotate the rib cage around. If you, again, can bring that elbow to the knee, do that. If not, just stay upright, twisting as deep as you can. This is almost a little bit of a balance challenge pose as well. I feel myself like having to catch my balance, so bonus. Take one more breath. Come back to center. Warrior two. Back heel's going to spin down. Arms come to a T. Gaze straight over those front fingertips. Front knee is gently pressing back, so you'll feel that. It's a subtle movement, but you'll feel it in that inner thigh. Take a couple more slow, deep breaths. Flip the front palm, giant stretch back, reverse. And then vinyasa. Hands come all the way down. Step back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Drop those knees if you need to here. Upward dog or cobra pose. And then we'll meet in downward dog. Taking a couple moments here just to pause, notice how you're feeling. Notice how the breath feels in the body. Notice if you can feel your heart beating. Take one more breath. Lift the heels, gaze forward. Put a bend in the knees. Make your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine, feel the shoulders squeeze back, and then fold in. Rise up to standing. Feet root down, sweep those arms up and gaze up, connect the palms, and then bring the hands to heart center. Very good. Release the hands down by your side. We're going to stand super wide. We're going to come into one of my favorite poses, which is a wide forward fold. So you're seating super wide, toes are pointed straight ahead, and the heels are directly behind the toes. Take a big breath, sweep those arms up, fold forward. Yes. You can use a block in the hands if you need to here. If you'd like to go a little deeper, just walk those hands through the legs. Maybe you'd like to sway a little bit from side to side. That's a fun variation here as well. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever feels good for you, just make sure that you're breathing a little bit deeper here and being fully present with whatever sensation you're feeling or experiencing in the body. Let's take a couple more breaths. We're slowly going to make our way about halfway up. We're going to transition into goddess pose. So spin those heels in. You might need to adjust your stance a little bit. Put a deep bend in the knees. Hands are going to come out to the side like cactus arms. Very good. So keep in mind here, goddess pose is going to look very different in every single body. So the goal here, what we're trying to feel, is our thighs and our glutes firing up because we're holding this deep squat and a really deep stretch in the inner thighs. So if your goddess looks different than what you think goddess pose should look like, but you're still feeling those sensations in the body, you're in the right place. Focus on pressing those knees back a little bit further so we're not just collapsing in and just kind of hanging out. But instead we want to actively be stretching and sinking as deep as we're able to. All right, a couple more breaths. I have not forgotten that we're holding this pose, trust me. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Last one. Beautiful. Let's cartwheel the hands all the way back to the front. Whew. That was hard, huh? We're going to lower the knees down. We're going to come into a narrow child's pose to end this practice. If child's pose is not a very comfortable pose for you, go ahead and find your way into any position, maybe Shavasana or reclined cobbler's pose. We're going to sit back onto the heels and then walk the arms forward, letting the heart and the chest just rest down on the thighs. Your forehead can come all the way down to the mat, or you can use a block if you would like. Bringing your attention now back onto all of these subtle sensations in your body. Noticing your beautiful breath, this rhythm constantly in and out, in and out. And especially here, feeling the chest expand against the thighs, and then that gentle contraction with each exhale. It's so beautiful. Feeling your heartbeat. I can feel my heart beating in my chest. This rhythm that's never ending, that's keeping us alive, that's giving us energy and life. And then being so grateful for being you. You are amazing. You are one of a kind. And you are so special. And taking that time to appreciate yourself and being proud of yourself for making time for your yoga practice, this beautiful practice that's making you a better person on the inside and out. We end every practice with the word namaste, which means the light in me honors the light in you. So I want to thank you so much for practicing with me. It means the world. Namaste.